All right, let me make this clear. Cam Thomas is not no Kyrie Irving, but with Kyrie on his way out, Cam Thomas is somebody that you could put next to KD and could get you some buckets. So we're about to take a look at how he scored 44 points last night against the Wizards. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, like, turn on notifications. Let's get straight to it. Now, to start his 44-point night, it wasn't so pretty. First defensive play gets blown by Kendrick Nunn, and his teammate gets dunked on, and I know Sharp mad at him for that. Because when you end up taking the hard end of the stick, because your teammate messed up, it's tough. Next play, he got called for a double dribble. There's a lot of plays he messed up in the beginning, but it's about his bounce back. It's about his bounce back game. And this was his first bucket. First bucket of the night right here. And I want you to peep these two reads. Notice this change of pace. That stop right there, he's reading Porzingis to see if Porzingis is going to take Sharp on this roll or he's going to commit to Thomas as he goes downhill. And he tries to play in between, misses the float short, he gets it right back, takes that dribble backwards to the middle of the floor so he can shoot that over Porzingis. 7-3, great shot blocker. Then he throws a turnover. It wasn't a pretty start for Cam Thomas's 44-point night. It wasn't just super pretty, it was just coming in there getting buckets every play. But there's going to be some tough times. Boom, he got blocked by Kristaps. Now, he did the right thing, jumping into Kristaps to try to stop him, but players like this, who was like Kristaps' great shot blockers, you're going to have to hit him a little harder to stop him from being able to block your shot. Hit him a little harder, jump a little higher to get over the top. That was a moving screen. And now we're going to start seeing him get to his spots. Now, if you notice Cam Thomas in the past years, when he did get minutes with the Nets, that his mid-range game and his play in the paint, great. He's great in the mid-range, great attacking the rim. He's a solid three-point shooter as well. So if you notice all those stints he had with Brooklyn in the past, that's how he's able to get his buckets. And then he threw another turnover. It was rough in that first quarter, but his bounce back game tells you a lot. He had 44. Now he's getting to his spots. And notice this. They down 23 right now. They down 23 in the first quarter. So at this point, you playing with nothing to lose. You got nothing to lose at this point. You just hooping. So like anything, you just got to say, forget it. I'm just going to go hoop. Stop thinking. We got to do something. We got to fight back. And now we begin to see Cam Thomas play his game. And it's not just him who's able to help this comeback. It was a whole team. Now we see him playing this game. Now put this in your notebook right quick. Put this right here in your notebook. Notice that cuff. As he picked that ball up, that little cuff, that like running back hold, football hold, whatever it is. And then as he grabbed it, he turned his shoulder too. So now he rips himself through that gap between Nunn and Gafford and gets to that right side of the rim. And Gafford is not able to block that shot. Add that to your bag. It's gonna help you get through some gaps. Attacking the rim. That's where he's best at. And now he's starting to play his game. No settling, no overthinking, none of that. He's not worried about what mistakes he made before. He's just playing this game as the game continues and goes on. Because if you keep dwelling on what you did in the past, that's going to break you. At this situation, when you down this much, a lot of players who made this many mistakes, this is their make or break situation. Either you're going to make it by saying, forget it, I'm going to learn from it, and I'm going to continue to play my game. I'm going to make the adjustments as we move on. But are you going to break? Are you going to fold? Are you going to tell yourself, man, I can't do this, and just start bullshitting your whole way through the game? It's up to you. This will make or break a lot of players in these situations when you start to make mistakes. And now we started seeing him play with some pace. Last time we see him go downhill, unsure of what reads to make, comes off the screen. He's patient. He's not rushing nothing. Allows Claxton to be able to roll, cuts through the middle of the floor. He ain't roll all the way. He rolls short because he's seeing Cam Thomas come in. And then he hits Royce O'Neal, and he actually reads the whole floor, sees what play to make.
U.S. versus Serbia in L.A. Nice. Men's national team is playing. So
get into his spots. He ain't settling for nothing. He ain't settling for threes. He knows what he's good at, and he's getting to it. I'm not thinking about it no more. Oh yeah. First half he had 14. The second half, he had 30. 30 in the second half. 30 in the second half. There's so many players in the league that are talented, but aren't getting the minutes because those mistakes that they make. They're not mature enough to be able to play consistent on a competitive team, so that they can win games. And so if you wonder why Cam Thomas wasn't in the rotation, he has so many DNPs this season. Situations like this, he's just young. He has to mature. He has to learn. But the good thing is that he is learning. He's just playing through it. And also, I want you to notice this about the play right here. Notice how he relocates. Sees Sumner right there, shuffles over to the middle, because now Wright can't play two, and now he's trying to play two. And Gafford's all the way back. Easy jumper. Play with his food just a little too much. If you're going to get to something, get to it. And if this is your game, it's your game. But it just seemed like he wasn't really going anywhere with any of these dribbles. He was just spamming the same thing over. And he did a little too much, and then he turned the ball over. But you're going to see another play where he makes an adjustment. Hey, by the way, why stop if no one going to stop you? No one going to stop you attacking to the rim. Why stop? If somebody pick you up full court, you get by them, why stop if you see an open lane? Keep going. Attack the rim. Put some pressure on the defenders in the paint. And now he gets his other ISO. Now he was actually working somewhere with that. He wasn't just so stationary, making his moves in one spot. He was setting something up, not allowing Avdia just to lock in and just sit on it. Pause, pause, pause. But look, notice the size up. He's moving. His feet moving. Pace is changing. The stance is switching. Then gets to his spots. Gets downhill, gets to his float. That mid-range and the float and attacking the rim, that's his game. Another thing he did great. Push the pace. He pushed the pace. Even if it's a dead ball situation, even if you still got to take the ball out, the defense don't always get back set. Don't forget, the defense don't always get back set on dead balls because they still have to get to the other end, communicate, and find who has to get where. And teams, they're not always going to be sharp in situations like this. So even if you're taking the ball out, get it out quick, pitch it out, and push the pace. It's almost like it's going to be a transition play. Almost just like it's transition. As long as you make sure you get that ball out quick. That's why you see like the Heat and Kyle Lowry always try to get that ball out because it's almost just like a regular fast break because the defense is not set. I'm telling you, he's playing with patience and he's playing with pace right now. He's playing with patience and pace right now. There's two hesitations in this play. Two hesitations that allow him to make this read. Hesitation right here to read Kristaps coming over. And then this hesitation right here, he looks up and he's able to see Watanabe in the corner with his hands up. Make sure you always got your eyes up. Make sure you always got your eyes up reading the floor. And then he girls around Porzingis and hits Watanabe in the corner. Anytime you're coming off these pick and rolls, don't just read the screeners defender. Read the help defenders. Read the entire court. Don't just read a couple players. Because you're going to mess up if you just try to read just one or two players. And now he's attacking. KP has 5 fouls at this point. And KP was going dummy. I think he has like 35 right now, something like that in this quarter. 5 fouls right now. So he's just attacking Kristaps downhill. And he ain't scared. Took it straight to his body, got up high. Got a steal. And that speed matches up with Kispert at the other end of the floor. I want you to notice the speed. Just notice the speed. He's right next to Kispert. Right next to Kispert. Still has the ball. Out sprints him, gets the dunk on the other end. And now you be like, oh, Kispert's not the fastest person in the world. But they're athletes at the end of the day. If they're in a sprint, they're all quick. I don't care who you're talking about. They all quick. They all fast. And the fact Cam Thomas got the ball and still out sprints him and gets the dunk, that tells you something about his athleticism himself. ISO game. ISO game. Man, they don't need Kyrie. They don't need Kyrie. Kyrie do the same thing. Kyrie be doing the same thing. Cam Thomas do the same thing right here. Cam Thomas do the same thing. He getting to the sides of it, getting to a step back. His mid-range, the paint, all that. I'm just kidding. He ain't no Kyrie. He ain't no Kyrie. Chill out. But he can still get you some buckets. As long as he's learning from these mistakes, this is going to be a great replacement to have in that lineup. He's playing with pace. Forget the miss. Notice his pace. Remember that turnover he had and then Avdia stole it earlier in the clips? Situation like this where he's actually reading the help side and not just throwing the ball all lazy. He's actually making the reads and fires that ball over. He's playing with some pace now. That hezzy. He's great at using that hezzy to make the read. Notice he used it once again. Now I want you to notice how Morris reacts right here. Hezzy opens up that middle, straight open. And now what does he get to do? Attack Kristaps, who has 5 fouls. Takes it straight over the top, float game over the top. I don't think you realize how hard that float is. Let's pause that right quick at the height of that. Look at that. That is a tough float. Come on now. That's a tough float. Now in this fourth, he started to pick up a few of those mistakes back up again. He started to pick up a few mistakes, but he was still playing through it, still giving it his best. And hopefully he's able to learn from it, because as long as he learns from it, he's going to grow from it. And now on this play, he misses this rotation. Because if Watanabe is the guy on the bottom who's coming over on the help, anything that gets to the rim, Cam Thomas got to make sure he drops and takes the first pass out. So then whoever's over could take that second pass. But instead, he stays with Kispert. Avdia gets an open three from the corner. And this is big to their win because now KP is out. 6 fouls right there for KP. 6 fouls for KP. So now you're going down there, instead of seeing Porzingis and Gafford as shot blockers, you're only seeing Gafford. And so that's a lot less to worry about when you're attacking the rim. And I'm telling you, push the pace. Push the pace. They just made a bucket, right? They just took the ball out quick and took it right back, just like it's a regular transition play. Just like it's a regular fast break. That don't matter for nothing. I don't know what that celebration was from Barry Beal. I don't know what that was. Another hezzy. I'm telling you. Get that ball out quick. You're going to see a lot of opportunities. And he had a couple bad fouls, man. He just clipped the back of his leg. That's a bad foul. That's a bad one. Now, was it a clean look? Yeah, it was a clean look for a floater. But no need to hit his legs. Just let him take that shot. All right, so game. Got to close the game out. Got to close it out. Hey, that's just his bag. That's a weird shot just to be walking over. Hop, shot over the top. That's a weird shot to take. But he knows his game. He knows what shots he can make. He knows what shots he won't make. And takes his shot. Know your game and take the shots you know you can make. Now this is the big one. 14 seconds left. 13 on the shot clock. Practically even. But what does Cam Thomas see right now? He sees that open lane. He sees that open lane. He got Avdia, who's not as fast as him. He's attacking. Boom. Gafford sold the game. Gafford done sold. Avdia fouled for sure. But look right here. That's a goaltend. He goaltended on that. That was well short of the rim. Well short of the rim. That was not going to go in. Gafford just came over and took it. He might have done sold him the game. And they still gonna have some more opportunities left in this game. They still got some more opportunities to win. Cam Thomas, boom, knocked that down. 44-30 in the second half. The game not over yet. The game's still close. Now Cam Thomas, I told you a couple late game fouls that done messed him up. That gave him some hope. That gave him another life, another opportunity to win this game. Now all he did was just clip his legs, just like he did last time. Now Monte Morris going to the line to shoot too. And he misses it. He missed that first one. And he tried to make it and still missed it. Avdia just got the rebound. And notice this. They got a timeout left. They got one timeout left. In this situation, it should just be like timeout, timeout, timeout. Quick, because it's too fast. There's too many people moving right now to get a good look off. I'll just call it timeout. But Claxton gets a hand on it. Cam Thomas picks it up. And the Nets steal this game at the end. So that's the end of this video. Make sure you subscribe, like, turn on those notifications. Hidden highlight videos dropping daily. We ain't missed no days in over 2 months. in over 2 months and you ain't subscribed yet? That's crazy, man. So hit that link in the description. Live streams coming soon, and we out of here.